I love it when a plan comes together. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails. Guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about my PrevailMan account. Today, people have been asking me about what I'm going to be doing in 3v3 for it, and what kind of plans I'm doing, and I think I'll make a video about that. But first, I want to do, this is something I told people I would do a while ago, and I wanted to make a series of videos. So this account is my PrevailMan account. It's my youngest, my littlest account, 2.22 million GP, and I wanted to do a snapshot kind of what my account, what your account kind of should look like at certain GP levels. And so I just finished my 5v5 campaign where I went undefeated and ended up at number 4. You guys can see that. It's already posted here. You can look in the video description. I believe that'll be, if I remember to link it, that'll at least be there. If not, you can search it, just a PrevailMan GAC 20, you'll find the final week, or find all 4 weeks. Maybe I have one of the weeks missing, but one way or another, we got number 4, and I thought it was a good time now to kind of show you guys. We're in Division 9 right now, and I don't remember. Yeah, it looks like 2.3 is where we go into Division 8, and so we won't quite make it this time. So we'll be in Division 9 one more time, but it'll be 3v3. I thought it was time, though, to show you guys what my account looked like, and, so you can try to emulate it a little bit. I'm only one person. I don't have time to do a huge guide for everything, for mid-range players, for top-end players, for the lower accounts. I'm sorry to say, there are awesome people out there who make guides, but I do wonder, and this is me just being cocky, I'm sure, but I wonder how much success these people who are making the guides, who have a ton of clicks, are actually, I wonder how successful they are in GAC, how they're doing in the game itself. I really think that if you follow this formula, you're gonna have a lot more success than the average. Like I said, I just got top 10. I also have only lost 6 matches so far. I'm at a 90% win rate, and I think we stand to start winning quite a bit more. The early going is a little bit rough because we get a lot of Zetas and a lot of upgrades. You start matching against people who are hyper focused, and trying to squeak out wins against those guys is tricky, to say the least. But as you continue with this kind of plan, you're going to, I think, do a lot better. So that being said, let me show you guys my account and kind of where I'm at with PrevailMan, and like where I think you guys should be at. We could call it, 2.2 million GP. So here's what we're doing, guys. So I do my arena team right now is the Commander Luke team. Here, we'll go out for 1 second, and I'll show you one more time. So my arena team. Now, granted, I don't go for high ranks in arena. That's not a thing that I really care about on this account. This is a decent rank. We could maybe get into the top 200 if we wanted to with this team, but you can see 0 relics on anyone, and really the only one who has relics at all on the entire count is Grievous. And the reason for all of the lack of relics is, first off, my guild isn't even working on Challenge Rancor. I promised that when I made this account, I wouldn't just use my kind of so-called clout with the community, as a content creator, that I wouldn't just get into an amazing top-end guild. And this guild is a pretty good guild. They win a lot in territory wars and stuff, but you guys can find a guild that can do good things. They're not carrying me exactly, but we're not doing Challenge Rancor. So no relics. The biggest reason for the no relics thing, though, guys, this is very important, is you don't want to increase your matchup GP in Grand Arena, because you just don't get much bang for your buck with higher relic levels. Relic 0 is just fine for the kind of accounts we'll face for a very long time. And the second you start adding more relic levels is the second you start adding or facing people who have accounts that are way stronger than this. So we have Relic 3 on Grievous because I feel like that's kind of his sweet spot where he's at like enough damage to just kill everyone he wants to take out. And then otherwise, everyone else, you see Vader's Relic 0, he may go up to 3 eventually as well. Who knows with the road ahead changes and everything, which is something we're going to have to address as well, though that's not going to be in the scope of this video yet. So we have Vader here. Bosk and the bounty hunters are all kind of geared up. You can see Boba and Jango are gear 12, and then my other bounty hunters are not doing nearly as well, but bounty hunters are extremely important. You can see I have Mando and Greef on farm right now. They're people that we need to get to 100. I also do have, while we're talking about it, I do have Kuiil and IG-11 also being farmed right now. I think that, and Cara Dune, I think that the only one out of those 3 that needs to be farmed left is IG-11. So otherwise, Cad Bane and Dengar are great. I think eventually we want to replace them with Greef and Mando, so I've kind of slowed down the gearing on them. But Jango and Boba at gear 12 are fine. We want to slowly put gear on them to get them to 12 or to get to 13. Bosk at Relic 0 is wonderful. Both Zetas, one for Jango, not his leadership, and no Zeta for Boba until you have at least like 170 Zetas. All right, guys. Like I say that as a joke, but my main account just finally applied it, and my main account is like at 8.2 million. So anyways, we've got the Jedi Revan team. It's easy to unlock Jedi Revan, and so as long as you farm all the characters, we have Jedi Revan, and then I think that the next thing that we're going to be working on, one of the next Zetas, oh, maybe I just applied it, in fact, whoops, wrong thing here. So you can see Jedi are so central to this game, guys. We need to have Jedi. And yeah, okay, I just put the Zeta on Jolie. So you put all 3 Zetas on Jedi Revan, get Grandmaster Yoda up to gear 11. He needs to get up to 13, honestly, just so he has more damage, but it's so difficult to want to give him gear, especially at the gear 11. He's very difficult to get there. And honestly, it's not a huge priority until you get other things going. Jolie and Basti, do not give that Zeta to Basti, in my opinion. You want it later, perhaps, but right now you just don't need it. As long as you have Jedi Revan, we're Zeta poor, so we don't need that nonsense. And then Ezra at gear 11 is wonderful. He really goes well with Jedi at the earliest levels. And you guys can see that in my newest player guide stuff that I did, I don't know, year-ish ago. At this point, this account is kind of old, actually. It's getting there. But otherwise, you can see other Jedi that I've been working on, but they're for the Padme squad that once you get General Grievous, and one thing to note is you want to start working on that General Grievous farm immediately. The second you have ships available, start buying all of the General Grievous shards you can. It's like a 6 to 7 month farm, and then the second you get him to 7 stars, don't slow gear him. Have gear saved to get him to gear 13 as instantly as you can. And then once you do that, that'll let you unlock Padme. You can get her earlier if you want to get Geos early. I don't like going the Geo route, frankly, guys. There are easy ways to kill Geos. Anyways, so we have Padme here, gear 10. These are the guys I've been working on lately. So 10 on Ahsoka, 10 on Padme. 8 on Kenobi. He needs more gear, obviously. It costs so much gear. It takes so much gear to get him. We have 3PO gear 12. He doesn't go with Padme, but he goes with that CLS team. Him at gear 12 with these left-hand mods, or these left-hand gear, just fine. We can just stop there. And then Anakin is next. He's at gear 10, close to gear 11. We want all of these guys, especially Anakin and Ahsoka, and honestly Kenobi. We want all of them to have their Zeta eventually, get them to gear 13, and then stop, obviously, Relic 0 if you can. Kenobi might need a couple more depending on if you're using Negotiator a lot. And then Padme, obviously, gear 13 as well. So R2 is kind of, I'm going weird with him. He's in a weird place. I don't really know what I want to do with him. He goes he goes well with a lot of teams, but at the same time, he like really struggles to get much done as well these days. He's not a top tier character these days, so just kind of leaving him there. Otherwise, guys, another thing to keep in mind, Ewoks, get them to gear 13. You can just stop there. You can see I've just basically put them 13 and done. If you wanted to play tricks, you know, get Peplu up, I don't have him very fast here, so you want him speed mods though. And, you know, he's okay fast. The thing is, he gets an extra 25% speed to start every fight. And so he is, he's tricky. People get stuck on Ewoks all the time. Watch my matches, watch my defenses. People get stuck on Ewoks and fail on them all the time. And it's all because he is sneaky fast. You still want protection on him and stuff, but you need specific mods for him. Get him protection and way as much speed as you can. So if you want to get him to gear 12 and get those right-hand side pieces of gear, it's hard to justify that, hard to feel like that, but get him an extra like 20 speed, it's kind of nice. So, and people will be like, oh, this guy's just an idiot. He just put some gear on Ewoks. Like, I'm just going to destroy this guy. And I'm like, well, you won't, actually. Ewoks are much better than most people think. I'm not saying they're great, but they're much better than most people think. Now, the other thing that I want to point out, guys, is don't spend a lot of time and energy farming gear. Don't farm gear. Just let it come to you slowly. It takes a long time to progress. If you can get good arena ranks, then that's wonderful. If you can't, then that's too bad. But at the same time, farm characters, man. Farm characters. We got Treya up. She's at 7 stars. Gear 10 is probably enough for her. Nest, though, I've been farming her. She's 7 stars, of course, and she's actually getting close to gear 13. She may get up to a couple extra relic levels because she can start soloing so many things. Put a bunch of tenacity mods on her. You can see that she doesn't have a ton of tenacity yet, 134, but once we add this, let's see, this will give us another 6% tenacity. That's not great, but once I can get this cross up, another 10% tenacity, and then, you know, everyone should be upgrading their tenacity. Let's see, this arrow is offense, but I also have 626 tenacity here. Unfortunately, we have speed. You want her to be kind of slow, but we can live with a little speed. She doesn't have to be the slowest ever, but I'm also okay with some of these mods just not having much speed. See, +3 speed. I think I have one of these that just, yeah, this one doesn't have any speed at all. I don't want to make it 60 yet because I want it. I need to find, I'm waiting for a circle that has a tenacity secondary that I can upgrade. And health is the primary. So anyways, we got Nest. She's going to start soloing things. I think this 3v3, it'll be the round of Nest. So stay tuned for that if you want to watch my stuff live, or if as I post it on my YouTube channel. So otherwise, now a huge difference, guys. People don't get the Geo Brood Alpha or a lot of people do work on their Geos early on, and it's hard to fault them, but at the same time, as long as you have a good Vader team, like, you just wipe Geos out easily anyways, early game. And so what I've done, I put the Brood Alpha Zeta on him, and then otherwise everyone else is 7 stars and gear 8. And maybe I should get him his leadership. I mean, the leadership is kind of nice. They get extra damage and stuff. But the thing is, this team is really good at gear 8 at just, like, if people don't have the right team to counter it, then they're just screwed. They don't have a way to beat it. So get your Geos up to that level, you know, 7 stars on Geo Brood Alpha, and then move along. In my opinion, like, you'll have time to work on Geos when you're dead. you will have time to work on them later down the line. So anyways, guys, that's about it. You know, get Dark Bastion Thrawn. I'm going to start ramping up my efforts to get BB-8 unlocked so we can unlock Jedi Training Rey and start working on that, because one of the incidental things that I've been doing is that I've had is, like, Hero Poe is actually very close to farmed, and that would be nice to get Resistance Heroes up and running. Just gear 9 for that team is good, all the way till you get to like 5 million GP or so. Get Basti Fallen. I mean, now I'm starting to farm her, but she's been like 3 stars, 4 stars, whatever for a long time. Gear 8, wonderful. No Zeta. She goes really well with that Palpatine lead. And so we have, you know, Palpatine, Basti, and Vader. All 3 go so well together. You can see Watt. Get in a guild that has Watt, that's farming Watt. because frankly you can. And if you're in a guild that is just cool but they don't actually do the WAT mission, like, find a guild that does. This guild, the guild I'm in, doesn't do all the WAT shards. Obviously he's not even 5 stars yet, but do yourself a favor and get yourself some WAT shards. He is super awesome with Grievous. Can take out all sorts of things. Anyways, guys, now I'm working on Night Sisters. That'll be a thing soon enough, I think. Need to get some Zetas, etc. freed up. But, alright, for real, we're going to call it good. I've been rambling for a while. I hope this is helpful to you. I am going to try to make a video for 3v3 for lower level teams. For 3v3 and for, you know, low level and mid level. So, stay tuned for that. And all right, you guys got to hear a sneeze. I'm not even going to edit that out. Guys, thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails. Remember to hit that like button too. If you like this lower level content, the new account-ish, new-ish account content, please hit that like button, leave comments, you know, signal to me that you like it. Because honestly, this is the lowest, these are the videos that I get the lowest views on, and I'm considering cutting them out entirely. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are. So, once again, thank you all so much for watching. Goodbye.